Hey everybody. So I have an NPE case for you today. She didn't know she was an NPE. She found out from a DNA surprise. When she did the DNA test and realized what was going on, her parents had both passed away and she had no one left to ask. So welcome back to Client Stories with Amy. So she was born in Washington State, and I'm going to read to you what she said. Hey, I was born in Seattle, Washington in 1957. I did a DNA test after me and my children decided that, hey, we wanted to know more about where we come from. So we did the DNA test and we sent it in. We waited the 6 weeks on pins and needles trying to figure out what are the results going to say. She's like, am I Norwegian like I was told? Am I going to be Irish? Am I going to be English? She's going through all of these things trying to figure out what her ethnicity might be. So the results come back. We're looking at them. I'm a little confused because I'm not recognizing any of these names except for on my mama's side. My daughter looked at it and she says the same thing. I see all of these people, but where's Grandpa? That was her first clue that something wasn't right. So they dug a little bit deeper. They researched a little bit and they said, okay, this is over our head. Let's get help. So we contacted DNA Angels. That's us. So she contacted us and she was like, gave us that whole spill, wanted to know where she come from, who her dad was. She just didn't have anybody left to ask. Like I said, she was born, I think, she said 1957. So she was just like, I don't know who else to ask. I don't know where else to go. So DNA Angels to the rescue. And so we did. We went through all of our DNA matches, got everything mapped out, got everything into the tree, found the most recent common ancestor for that unknown paternal line, and was able to identify who the birth father was. This DNA line actually was coming out of Chicago area, so we needed to find somebody from that most recent common ancestor line of the grandparent line, one of their kids that had to have some sort of connection to Seattle, to Washington, somewhere around those lines, because her mom never traveled. So we were able to find it. There were 7 boys for this grandparent line, and thankfully only one of them was in Washington. We had one in Washington, we had one in Texas, and everybody else pretty much was still in the Chicago area. So we pretty much had our biological father. We ended up giving her all of the information. We found a couple of newspaper articles about him being in the military, which is why he was in the Seattle area. And of course, some photos, thank goodness. He didn't have any other known children that we were aware of or that we could find or prove. We did find his obituary, and it listed literally nothing. It was literally, my name is John Smith. I'm from this area. I died this day. That's it. No other information. We just couldn't find any living children for him whatsoever. He passed away right around the early 1980s, and we're stuck at this point. So we did give her some information for some of her uncles and a couple of cousins. Those lines, I gave her some of that information. So maybe she's able to figure out some more on her family line, but that's kind of where we're stuck at now. She's at peace knowing that she has the truth and that we verified everything and was able to confirm what her suspicions were and give her a name and a photo. So she's pretty content with that. I do suspect that she will reach out to the family later on to learn more, but right now she's good. She says that my plate is full. I'm happy. Thank you for helping. But that is it for today. I want to see you guys later. Don't forget to hit like, follow, and share. And tomorrow. Bye, everybody.